So, when I was a freshman, I got stranded in the mountains. So, here's how it happened. So, when I was a freshman in high school, I was on the soccer team, and the first time in Rivermore history, which is my high school, we got to the playoffs, and we made it to the first round. So, to go there, we were like the lowest seed there. Well, not the lowest, but we were pretty close. And so we were playing a really good team. We had to travel pretty far. We had to go to Haynesville, North Carolina, which is on like the other side of the Appalachian Mountains, like 5 hours, probably 6 hours on our crappy bus. So we had to wake up early one morning, and it was kind of a good thing because we were able to get out of school because the game was on school day. So and since it was so far away, we were able to get there like 7 or 8, and then everyone had their pillows, everyone was pumped up, and we just went ahead and went. Missed school. It was pretty nice, and we were all hyped at first, and then after the first hour or so, we were able to see how it was going to be a long ride. And then another thing, once we got there, we realized this game was going to be miserable. I mean, it was dumping, pouring rain from the second we stepped out of the bus to the second we got back in the bus. And we played it out. It was really close. We ended up losing, and still not happy about it. But we got back in the bus, everyone was kind of disappointed, but we'd never gotten that far before, so everyone was kind of, okay. But then, about an hour or so into the trip back, people started to notice there's smoke coming out from under the hood of the bus. And so we had to pull into a Bojangles parking lot, somewhere in the mountains, and realized couldn't go nowhere. We were stuck there, and it would take... they had to get another bus, but it would be till the morning till they got here. So we were stuck there. We went and got something to eat at Bojangles. And then about 30 or so minutes later, the administrators that were with us called like a local motel, and they had to send some people over to send us to the motel. So we had two sketchy guys in this. One had like a Toyota Corolla, and another one had a soccer mom van. And so all of us players had to, like 3 or 4 at a time, chauffeur us to the motel with these random guys. And it was quite the cluster. And then once we got there, there was we had 2 bedrooms, and so we had 2 guys for each bed. And so eventually we realized that there was an extra person. So me and the 3 other guys were there in our room when our friend Damien walks in, and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm actually sleeping here." And then we're like, "Well, where are you gonna sleep?" And he's like, "I don't know. Where am I gonna sleep?" And then he was like, "Oh yeah, I can sleep in the bed with you guys." And then we're like, No, you can't sleep here." And then I'm like, "No, you can't sleep in this one either." And then he's like, "Well, where am I gonna sleep?" Because obviously when you have 2 guys sleeping in the bed, it's okay, but 3 is where it gets weird. So we came to the only reasonable and logical conclusion that he would have to sleep on the floor. So he had a blanket and one of the throw pillows, and he slept between the beds eventually. So that was fun for sure. And but one cool thing about our room before that was it had a balcony on it, and we were like all the players were kind of like lined up, so we were able to like go out on the balcony and like see everyone. But obviously before you get to the balcony, there was a door. And it had a lock on it, and so my genius friend just opened the door, and the only problem was there was a lock. So the deadbolt lock thing came off the wall with it, and that was obviously not good. So he just kind of stuck it back up there, and the little screw that came out, he just kind of tightened it right there so that it would stay there, and no one would notice until we were long gone. So. And then, night went on, we went to sleep, and in the morning we got some, like, stale cereal and some bagel, I don't really remember. And then we ended up going home, another really long car ride, or bus ride, and then we ended up getting back to school, like, the end of the school day, the next day. So we ended up missing 2 days of school for one lost soccer game and a wild experience in the mountains at this hotel. So that was how it happened. There you go. Thank you.